it's me, Stormy, and welcome to Seriously Savage Sunday. Yeah, I said it. And that's the day of the week where instead of being thankful, I'm seriously fucking savage. Like, what is on my lip right now? It's a water bead. I can't believe a water bead really looked like that. Like, and I don't know how else to say this, but y'all need to be drinking more water because I need to be drinking more water. Not like I'm God or anything, but like, we could all stand to drink a little bit more water, especially if you're having cramps or you're having breakouts on your face, your skin. Just drink some more water. It'll do you a world of difference. Don't let your body shrivel up. You don't want to be, you know, a 60-year-old millennial that has a boomer complex because you didn't drink enough water when you were younger. Speaking of Seriously Savage Sunday, like, the topic of the day is just boomers. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. Boomers. They are just, all of them. They live in a different world. It seems like I'm not being good by generalizing boomers right now. I don't like to generalize things, but it seems like all boomers are the same, super simple-minded. Like, you can't change their mind for anything. You can't even get them to open their mind and hear your point of view. So much this week I've been told over and over and over that I'm racist, I'm a racist, I'm a racist, because, well, obviously you think that white lives mean more than black lives and that all lives aren't equal. And that means that you're racist. Get a dictionary. According to the dictionary, racism is defined as prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism directed against a person or people on the basis of their membership of a particular racial or ethnic group, typically one that is a minority or marginalized. You deflecting my Black Lives Matter with All Lives Matter, and then you say, what about Egyptian lives? What about Persian lives? Oh, well, what about Mexican lives? Do you see how much of an uproar white people are in right now? Because black people are fighting for their rights as human beings. Imagine if the Mexicans did it, or the Persians, or the Asians. White people would be even more offended and in defense mode. But the truth is that all of these groups of people that aren't white don't really have white privilege. One time I dated a guy who was Puerto Rican, and he told me that whenever he went into the hospital on all his paperwork, he always checked off that he was white. I never even thought about that because I'm like, have you ever done that? Have you ever not checked off that you were Hispanic because you could easily pass as white? Because you knew that the hospital would treat you differently because you're Hispanic. And same for black. If you are black and you could pass as white, have you ever not checked off black in fear of how the hospital would treat you? That's awful. So when there are people that are living that way, how can anyone really say that all lives matter? And it's not in a racist way. It's not in a one group of people is superior than the other, because both groups of people are equal as humans, but they're not being treated equally. And that's where the problem lies. So for anyone that thinks that I was a racist for my last video, I hope that I could clear that up for you. And I think that all people are completely equal. We're all humans. We all breathe the same air. We all bleed the same blood. So then why are other groups of people of different skin color not being treated the same? That's my question. And some people think that like right away they're getting attacked because they say that. Like, no. If you feel attacked, then maybe you need to take some time to look inside you, find out why you feel attacked. Because usually when people feel attacked and they get aggressive, it's usually because they're actually like defensive, and they're actually maybe scared that they might have to face something inside of them that they never had to face before, or they never realized that they had to face. I love to smoke weed. It always calms me down when I'm getting so savage. Like 5 minutes ago, the squeaking of this chair would have just like... But now I'm good. You know, I smoke weed medicinally. Before I hear from anybody that, you know, I'm pushing drugs or glorifying a gateway drug, like, I'm prescribed, okay? Which honestly, like, I don't see how someone being prescribed nullifies it as a gateway drug or anything at all, because like it's not a gateway drug. You know who hates weed? Boomers. Yeah, they should be called poopers. Party poopers instead of boomers. I don't want this video to go on and on, because I could just go on and on and on about all the things in the world that I despise, but I'm gonna shorten it, and I'm just going to mention 2 things. And the first one is Amazon. I have gotten over 700 free items off Amazon, and now that I've gotten 2 accounts banned, I feel comfortable talking about it in public, and I will do more videos about it later. I don't think that they're a good platform to grow on, and I feel hurt by them and betrayed by them as well. And I think that they should let people get reimbursed for items that they review. Reviewing takes a long time. I dedicated a lot of hours and months and months and weeks into reviewing items, and them banning people just because they got reimbursed somehow for doing a review, I think is just really wrong, because these are mostly all the people that are fueling your community, and they're also giving like genuine, real thoughts and opinions on the items. All my reviews were really just genuine and well thought out. But that's a whole huge other tangent that I'll talk about later if you guys want to know, which I'm sure you do, because you want to know how I got over 700 free items. And I'll tell you in another video. So you should definitely subscribe, so that way you'll know when I post it, which will probably be soon, like maybe one day this week. And the 4th thing that I wanted to talk about, honestly, I don't remember. Maybe I shouldn't have smoked that weed. Oh, Shane Dawson. Like, I was a fan of Shane Dawson. Like, I really liked him a lot, and I had hoped that maybe him and Jeffrey really were sorry about their racist history and had changed. And now that the time for them to speak out is the time for them to use their platform for positive things, is they are being really negative and dramatic and focusing on themselves and not using their platform for good as a voice for the Black Lives Matter movement, but more like a voice for crying, whiny, entitled white men who didn't get their fucking way. Like, I really thought in Shane's whole video that, like, at some point he would have said, you know, hey, there's some links in the description for some educational items on the Black Lives Matter movement, you know, there's like 1,000 people dying a year from police brutality. No, none of that. And then there was actually like an 8-minute long video of him just like being really awfully racist, like videos I had never even seen or knew existed. I feel kind of duped. But they were not even funny and really offensive to me, and I honestly like don't know how I feel about them. Like, I don't think that YouTube should take them all down, but I think that they shouldn't be getting like spread around, because maybe they could be offensive to some people, but also like it's good that more people know that like this is what this person did and look at how they're acting now. The proof is in the pudding.